action manual script of special moves. Every weakness and every bad side you notice on others is only in you, in the one what is needed to lost in order to get to the master, the teacher and the thief. Every journey begins with the first act of motion. Do anything, forget asking what to do. You and the asking person knows the answer already without thinking. Is you in command? Forget you and living for others, that is in your mind. What is red is for you red. Lose yourself, let others get lost. Do things what you want in the way what is your way. Let your hands show your wants and funds. The mind is a lover, you are the master. You cannot be seen or perceived. Your point of view is you as the creator of all. Don't sell rights of you to feelings or to a state of mind. This kind of free will is rare and hard to find. Use the backdoor shortcut of the divine, follow the flow. Hey you don't need to be materialistic, you don't need to escape your feelings. You cannot change the truth. You cannot use things as people. There is no need to escape the reality. Be free of the past, now believe in you and all will resolve. You can ask anything and then you can be answered. Understand truth, your dreams, feel the universe, it's everything around you. Think of this. It's not just the stars above. Allow yourself to be one who you are at heart and of spirit. Do what you really want and desire whenever you at most want to. You are loved. We have to go back to the situation before we notice the means to do things in our way, in a unique style. We need to return that everyone who needs to know these moves could know them. It's not self-evident that who knows what. Now we return to the old school. By doing this we began to understand. These are the 9 basic lessons. First, why we can't do things in our own style. Second, why it's hard to detect these own ways to do things. Third, how to wake up our spirits to realization. 4. How to proceed from realization. 5. How to choose the right specialization from conscious wants and needs. 6. How to benefit from subconscious awareness. 7. How to use creativity in any specialization. 8. How to be motivated in situations that might come up. 9. How to prepare for highs and lows. With these we are ready to start our proceeding. Basic lesson number 1. Why we can't do things in our own way. People tend to think and speak like there is a measure for good, excellent, cool and beauty or so. There is not. It's the opposite. Example, somebody who tries to be beautiful by copying others that are kept as beautiful. In a social sense, the one who is copying does become a version that looks like a cheaper and not so good quality copy of the original. If you want to be truly beautiful, just use the makeup in the way that is the most tempting. Same goes with all else. You with your way to live your life is the best, most beautiful, the greatest and the most desirable you. We are unsure, is our way, our life worth using? The real way to live is for yourself with your values and with praising your uniqueness. Not in a self-centered way, but to be kind and positive against you and your way of doing things. Basic lesson number 2. Why is it hard to detect the way? Because somebody said that there is an easier way to do things, or so it seems. It's easy to say that seems easy. for that other person so I can do it in the same way and get the same prize. Addiction for the word easy and to a word better. There is none better or easy. Example, Mozart and you. The only difference is that you try to copy him and he just created stuff. You try to be good at being Mozart. You don't know what you're trying to prove, but I don't know what you're trying to prove, but that is not an art form. What about you being best on being you? You can do anything, but do not restrict yourself by thoughts of that you need to do the anything in the same way as someone has done it before you, and by a way exactly like someone else has done it. If there is no such rule, and if there is, you can ask if you could do an exception to the rule by showing a better way, your way. Basic lesson number 3. How to wake up our spirits to realization. You have clothes that fit you and options to wear clothes that don't fit you. This lesson is about the choice. Just a reminder. Let your hand do the talking. Let your hand show a hint of the way. Allow yourself to move and show the way of you on the specific task at hand. If we would say that you are next going to an audition for a movie role, acting role, your script has a line for your character. You can try to say the line and act your part, or you can leave the part. So if I would be you, I would choose the leave the part option. By just first think that what I need to do, say the line and act. After that, grant myself the permit to do the part and say the line in my way. The style of doing things is important and the base of this lesson. You can try different things, like you can make a rehearsal of an acting audition. Write down to paper or to your phone a line, a sentence, and a thing you would do in an act. Example, the sentence, "Hey, nice day for fishing, ain't it?" And the acting part, "Drink a glass of water after the line," the sentence. You do it in your wanted way. It doesn't have to be overacted, just that you do it. Pronounce the sentence and drink the glass of water. That's it. You are the master. Try to allow your lips to move in a way that is out of your mind's reach. Do it slowly and allow your voice to live. It might be difficult to fully trust in yourself, in the true self. You can repeat this lesson as much as you feel like wanting. If you are ready, advance to the next lesson. Basic lesson number 4. How to proceed to realization. By trying different things with this, let your hand show the way, and by allowing yourself to do it in your way, you can find your specialities in the things what you can and want to really do in life. But there is a way where you do not need to explore different things or through them realize stuff. It is the main key in all these lessons. The forceless key of realize all. You need an open mind, your hand, and one thought, an idea of where to start. Think you need to know what you're capable of, and let your hand guide you through this exercise. And allow the rest of your body to follow your hand, and let your mouth go freely with your body. If you feel like your mouth is wanting to move, to open maybe, let it do so. You can open a book and point things to explore the book's content with imagining by just allowing your hand to point the stuff on the book and freely imagine everything possible. Time for lesson 5. Basic lesson number 5. How to choose the right specialization from needs and wants. Think what you want to know and let your imagination with your allowed hands-free motion show the answer to you. If the answer is not clear or the optimal, you need to clear your mind by the earlier lessons, check advanced lessons. The obvious right answer to that question is maybe the clearest and you might know the answer already, but have not had the skills or creativity with inspiration on your hand. But now it is possible. Trust in you and you will be amazed what a spirit can accomplish. Basic lesson number 6. How to benefit from subconscious awareness. Reactions, talents and skillfulness are boosted by this, let's call it allowed movement flow, AMF. By AMF your instincts are boosted and your body is healthier. You can achieve more and you can earn money with using your skills with your ideas and bringing stuff from your thoughts to the reality. You have more creativity and you are more motivated. You are inspired more deeply. You have more freer imagination. Basic lesson 7. How to use AMF in any specialization. See earlier lessons twice. Just let AMF take you there. Let it move you. Allow your hand or finger to point it out, whatever it might be that makes you giggle. Anything goes. Do whatever you want to do and do it in your style. You are here to party by being you. Enjoy. Basic lesson number 8. How to be motivated in situations. AMF and an open mind for opportunities and a choice is always close by. You can find the clues to the choice with AMF. See the earlier lessons, even the 7th basic lesson twice. Basic lesson number 9. How to prepare for highs and lows. AMF on the situation. Not just depending, but as much as possible and restrict only when the movement can be forecasted as a bad idea. Use your style on everything. Next, the 5 advanced lessons. We only needed 5 things on top of these 9. We keep number 9 and 5 as magic numbers. 9 basic lessons and 5 advanced lessons. The 5 advanced lessons. 1. How to aim for dreams. 2. How to feel and why. 3. There is always a way. 4. Subconscious knowledge. 5. What do you mean? These only work with an open mind, but a closed can be opened though, and these work only if you are wanting to be good. If you aim to benefit in other sense, you can't use this kind of magic. Advanced lesson 1. How to aim for dreams. We need to clear the mind out of junk, so draw shapes on paper. No matter if it first doesn't seem like anything, just draw. Draw 10 lines or any shapes, but the main thing is to draw shapes. It doesn't matter if they are different. So now when you have drawn, look at the shapes and imagine anything they resemble. It's important to use your imagination. Don't force it. Think what comes to mind from the shapes and lines. Then write down to paper what comes to mind of the shapes. My opinion is that there aren't shapes that do not bring anything to mind in this level. Next, try to draw a picture of what comes to mind from the words what you wrote down to paper. Look at the letters and imagine. Now write to paper what comes to mind out of the letters. Then draw lines and repeat this whole lesson twice. After the third time, let's proceed deeper. Let's free your imagination. So now be very cautious and try to draw something you know. Try to notice what you want to draw, like see where your hand moves. We can play a little game. Let's think your hand has its own brains and it wants to move to some direction on the paper. So it moves the most easy to the direction it wants to move. So don't try to move your hand and let it move in any direction it feels to move the easiest. If this is done correctly, we can advance to the next part of this lesson. If you are still restricting yourself, try to repeat the first part of this number 1 out of 5 advanced lessons. Next part of number 1 of 5 advanced lessons. What you would do if you would have the money. What you have wanted your whole life. Where you really would want to live. What you can't do and why do you want to do that? If you could do anything, what skills you would want to have. It is enough if you can answer at least one of those questions. Anything goes, and think that you wouldn't be mocked or any other negativity wouldn't exist in that dream fulfillment. Picture a house. What would you add to it if it would be yours? Picture a comfy place. Is it a bed, chair, sofa, or maybe a mattress on the floor? What else the house would have? All the floors filled with mattresses? Yes, it will be done. What color mattresses or such? Please continue. What would be on the yard, on the roof, on the walls? Could a car be in your garage? What would you want from a vehicle? Demands are allowed. Write down your dream life. Draw portions of that. Any tiny bit puts you closer to it. No matter what, just draw anything about the most nicest dream place you could dream of being to be living in. Go to a library and go to the bookshelf that is tempting in some way. Take the book to a table nearby. Open the pages to a point that you want to watch. Imagine it as a part that is about your dream. Go to home and draw what comes to mind, then look at the drawing closely. What comes to mind, write it down and repeat. Go to the library and loan a book about places, example castles. Think that the things that you read about are there for your dream. Sense where your hand wants to go in browsing the book's selection of information. What comes to mind, write it down, whatever it is, or you can draw too. Now we have an ability to dream. Think that there are no obstacles on the way to the place of your dreams. Lesson 2 out of 5 advanced lessons. How to feel and why. Raise your arms to the side of your body and let them drop down. Allow them to raise as much as they want to raise without any force. If they do not raise, it means that you need to go down to sit on the ground. And if it feels heavy and nothing moves without force, you need to lay down on the ground. When you notice the forceless movement, you have become one with yourself. Try different things on detecting the forcelessness. Example, stand in a doorway and push the frames with both hands about 30 seconds and walk away from the doorway. Let your hands raise. That is the forceless feeling manufactured by force, like a simulation of the forcelessness. The why this lesson is important is that this is the main key to master all other lessons, and by that becoming the master of every situation along the way to dreams. Lesson 3 out of 5 advanced lessons. There is always a way. In every situation you have the power to step forward, proceed and do something. By allowing yourself to show a way of your knowledge to yourself, you can proceed to the next step in the way to your dreams. To do that, just think what and where you are pointing with your hand, feet, or even with your head. Then follow yourself. Do you feel it already? If so, move towards the direction, and if it seems a bad idea, don't go any further. Try an easy task. Go get a glass of water by letting yourself to do that. Let the force of you handle the glass. Drink it as slowly as you feel to drink it. Are you feeling it? If so, we're ready to lesson 4. Lesson 4 out of 5 advanced lessons. Subconscious knowledge. Think that in your life you are the genie of the lamp, somebody who can grant wishes for you. The things you think that do not seem like bad ideas are the way to the bank of your dreams. In that bank is your spiritual money, the current that follows your dreams. When you get your hands to the current, you're already there in your dream life. So we can play that your only obstacle on the current is only that you are not moving towards it. Allow yourself to move in the direction of ideas that are flowing into your mind. If not so, just let me guide your thoughts. Let's say that I'm invisible and I'm trying to touch your hand and move it a bit forward and up, like raising your fingers upwards. Now let's do that with thoughts. The first thought you have, follow it to the other thoughts. You can deny a thought, but in some point just go with it. You could play that the thoughts are your friends who come to your door to ask you out to play. You can always say no, but they keep coming day after day after day because they are your friends. I'm not saying that the same thought will loop in your mind until you go with it. That is just bullcrap. You have many useful thoughts every day with what you can start to fulfill the base for your way to your dream life. The knowledge I'm speaking of is just that you could open your eyes to the wisdom you already possess. Who said that your way is nothing? If you do not copy anyone or anything, you are nothing and worthless. If anyone is thinking so, we have a challenger. I think that would be an untruth. Like, who started this thing? Copy of a copy, but who copied and what in the first place? I think creativity is just not copying. We are ready to lesson 5. Lesson 5 out of 5 advanced lessons. What do you mean? You do not have to explain anything to anyone. Just do stuff. Show what you got. Fulfill your ideas to do not fulfill your ideas that do not seem to be harmful to others or a bad idea. Start from a simple thing and open your mind to opportunities. Don't mind the thought that you are not ready. Your feelings are inside of you. They are not outside. So be brave and just enjoy the feelings, whatever they are, and go towards your dreams. Just don't forget to move as much as possible by not with force. Allow, and you have the right to be in your dream life, and you are rightful to be unique. Let yourself move and understand of your actions will fall to its place. Be good and be polite. That's it. Hope you are ready to experience magically epic things from now on. Now, when you have the keys to proceed towards something dreamful, remember that the goal you have in your mind might not be the best that will be happening. Take your adventure personally and literally. Something might be revealed when you can think would what anything would be for you. Chances and opportunities are constantly at your doorstep like thoughts that I earlier said about.